Hi, I'm Lesley Ormsby, and I'm doing your Virgo reading for today. Well, actually, not just for today, but today I am doing it, and it's Monday the 15th of July to the Sunday the 21st of July that it'll be covering. So, and I just want to say before I get started, these reads are a general read, so you may resonate with them, or you may not. So if you do, wonderful. If you don't, then that's okay. Check out somebody else who does something like what I do, and they may have something that resonates more with you, for you. The other thing is I don't use tarot cards as such. I'm not a tarot reader, but I do use oracle cards and playing cards and all the cards that Spirit have got me to make for myself with messages that they have brought through from me and to pass on to use and my other clients. So that's pretty cool. So hopefully I'll get them turned into a nice pretty set someday soon. Anyway, so as I'm talking about that, and interesting, I didn't really need to go into a really right into a full meditation with you. Like the Spirit are just here, and it's just like boom, let's get on with it, and let's move forward. Okay, so and I kind of feel like that's part of the essence of the message is for you. Is like I say, boom, let's get on with it and let's move forward. Okay, so and with this energy that's been around us lately, with this new moon and the energy being in the Cancerian sign is also, but last week we had the beginning of Mercury retrograde coming in, the planet Mercury. It's like, oh my gosh. And so for me, being a Gemini, it super really affected me. So some of you may have felt it if you have Gemini in your star chart, in your star chart. Okay, so you may have it may have affected you in a little bit more in a way if you in the sense that like heightened and intensified whatever it is that you've been processing, and almost to the point it's like you just want to throw everything out the cock. But some of you may not have got that deep, or that far. But however, but for a lot of you, this energy, whether you went in that space or not, is kind of like helped you figure out some things about yourself and found your way to balance out your energy a little bit more and weigh up things that you've been working on or going through. For some of you in this past 10 years and then 3 years and then the last year or so, right down to the last 3 weeks is something I feel like for some of you it's like, what the hell? Something had happened. It's like you felt like and you've thought that you have worked through it, or you've sorted some stuff. But this energy is like, for a lot of us, it's just like to actually help us throwing some stuff in there, and it's like, oh, almost like what they're showing me is that vision of someone throwing mud at you, or you throwing mud and it's hit the wall and there's this big splat that's on the wall. It's like that sort of thing, but it's like, oh dear, what a mess. But actually, you know what, I can clean it up and I can move on. Okay, so that's what this what the energy is like. I feel like I really want to get moving right now with your energy. So interesting, when I'm using these sacred web cards, and they're linked to the rainbow essences of Aotearoa that I've had for quite a while with these ones, but and when I shuffled them, they all come out upside down, and I thought, okay, so for me, and I thought I had turned the deck around, so so it was all facing the way it went, but turns out no. And anyway, it falls out how it falls out. So the first card up is freedom. Okay, so and there's that monarch butterfly. Okay, so for some of you, there is a sense of freedom now that you've gone through this processing and you can now move on. However, this card was like when, like I say, it was upside down. But for you, when I laid it out and I lifted it up, it's actually up the right way. Okay, so for that to be happening like that gives me the feeling that actually you've been looking at everything all the wrong freaking way. Okay, and which makes sense really, because sometimes we do, which is what Spirit is saying, that with this processing that's been going on, it's like, oh my God, I've been looking at everything around the wrong way. If I had a thought about it this way, things might have gone a bit smoother or a little bit differently, like way back then or not. But so this is what this energy does for us. It helps us to, look at things our things differently, our perspective. It helps us to figure it out. Actually, this isn't my stuff as well. Or hang on, or maybe I've got a little overthought this, or overread this, or overinterpreted, what this person was doing, is doing, has done, or what this feeling was about or is about. It wasn't about that actually. You know what I mean? So this is why it's really important for us to study ourselves, and this is what happens with these planets, how they line up and they change around. It gets quite intense lately. This is what happens. It brings up this sort of stuff so we can identify what makes us tick even more, and living in our own world, in the sense, our own truth. And it brings up all those being honest with ourselves so we can be in our own truth, and listen to our own intuition, and and our gut feeling, and move with how we need to move for us, that makes us feel better, that empowers us, and creates freedom. Okay, freedom of speech, freedom of sight, and whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, to express yourself, whatever. Okay, so, and the other card that fell out, same way. Look at that one. Clear perspective, which is what I've just been talking about. So this is what this stuff helps us do. Well, whether we choose to look at it like that or not, I know. For me, I choose to use it. And for me, that's about, I see it all as nuggets of gold, even though sometimes it can be like really emotional going through it, and it really can bring up a bit of anxiety as well, and when these issues come up. So I'm just playing with scratching my eye. So this is about, sometimes, in left eye, emotional stuff, you see, clearing something out of your eyes so you can see better, simple as that. They're just quirky little signs that spirit give to me. So it may be that, maybe you're not seeing something, and you're seeing something like with emotion. So it's about clearing that as well. So getting a clear perspective on things, on life, on whatever it is that's going on for you. So, and then also 12, okay, is the snake. And this one is, I want to say the hawk or the eagle. So the hawk came to me first as with saying that, because I can't remember what that one is. Okay, so and I want to go to eagle, but it's actually, I'm relating it back to here in New Zealand. So my first thought was hawk. So, and how the hawk and the eagle fly, they soar, and and you can see them flying, and there's this beautiful energy. So it's about going with the flow as well. And that when they're flying up high, that they can see all around them, what's down there. And that's what the spirit are like bringing forth for me, to share with you. Okay, for the energy of Virgo. Okay. So, and the devotion really is about yourself. Okay, devoting yourself to yourself. Okay, and making a commitment to yourself as to what you want to do, where you want to go, or what it is that you like, what it is that you'd rather be like, or what it is that you would rather do in your life. Okay, to where you are now. It just actually sets these goals and things, and how you're going to get there. But first of all, we got to clear the way, what we're seeing, and and give ourselves the opportunity by freeing ourselves of crap, rubbish that distracts us from where we mean to be going, where we want to go, where we prefer to go, I should say. I'm trying to stop using the word want, because it's like, there's a if you look at the dictionary, depending on where your energy level is, and your vibration, and where your thinking is, want can actually be a lack. So when we're putting out for stuff, it's like, and we're wanting stuff, we're acknowledging that we're lacking stuff, which is good to a degree. But when we come from a space, so I'm just being aware that the energy that I put behind things, and for that to come up, obviously I need to share that with you. So, and the freedom is 38 in the deck. Okay, so 38 for me, 3 is is about balance, is finding that balance. Okay, within life, basically, and this is what all this stuff with this retrograde moon energy and vibrational stuff that's going on, and why we look at ourselves is it helps us to find balance. So instead of like, you know, being up and down like that and balancing in that way, we can either do it that way or we could do it that way, or but whatever way, it's nice and balanced, okay? Like this, you know, finding that balance and weighing things up as we're making choices in our lives, okay? Or in your case, for your life. So I should explain actually now, because when I talk about our lives, and I say we, because I'm an empath, I feel into it and they connect with me through that way, and so I talk as though I am the star sign that I'm working with, okay? Okay, so yeah, so that freedom. So when we go into that, it's about freeing ourselves up of the clutter. You know, the monarch butterfly is such a beautiful butterfly. Okay, so when we're looking at 3 being bringing in balance, and then 8 for me is about, you know, knowing, is a knowing that you are, or we are, you know, quite capable and we are that infinite being. So we are an infinite being. We are able to be, you know, to create whatever it is that we want to create in our life, how we want it, how we need it, how we prefer it to be, what we would like it to look like and be like. And where are they going with that? Okay, they're just working on bringing it all together, and we're okay, well, that's what it is. It's working on bringing it all together, you know, and bringing everything into balance. And but when we're in balance, then we can start to, you know that, you know, when you're balanced, everything runs well, and you are that being, and you can create and do everything you want. Everything works well. You know, money comes to you, abundance comes to you, whatever. It's just like in every which way in your life. So it's like I say, it's about finding that balance. Okay, so 3, you know, and 8 is 11. So we're looking at 11. So you've actually gone over and going into that. You're going into a new phase like that. You've gone through the metamorphosis side of things. So the butterfly has come out. Okay, so a lot of you are at that stage and freeing yourselves, okay? And so this is about letting go of the past as well. So they're just getting me the scratch, you're making me itch over that side. It's about letting go of the past, okay? The shoulder, not holding on to stuff, freeing yourself up from there. Okay, so with that clear perspective with you, working on that. Okay. Okay, they don't need to go into those numbers because that's a 6. 16 and 6, 6. I want to say 16, so there's 6 and 6. Yeah, there's a lot going on there, so it's about like really balanced. Okay, they don't really want me to go into anything about that. It's really, the cool one is that, okay, freedom, balance, and knowing that you are the creator of your own life, of your own being, and you can do it. Especially, and like I say, you know, when it's when you feel it, and clear your perspective, getting a clear perspective about things, but also spending time with, devoting time with yourself, to yourself, okay? Which it could be meaning like exercise, getting out and doing more exercise, you know, or it could be meaning getting out and going to see people, family, you know, devoting time for yourself to do the things that you love to do. It could mean that you take up art again, you know, not necessarily full-time, but it could be something part-time for you to just get into something, to an outlet or an inlet, whatever which way that you look at it, a passion that you want to recreate for you, okay? So they're just wanting me now to like pull another card from this one. There it's in. This one is falling out, the 3 of Spades. So you may have... some of you, it's like the Spades is about problems and difficulties, and because something maybe have been dug up about the past with you, and it's about this. So you know you can clear that obstacle, don't you? It's just an obstacle, and because it's about hurdles, obstacles that we place. Oh, well, not some, yeah, that we place in front of ourselves. Now, some of us, interesting, because I was just about to say not so much that we place in it, that others do, but on saying that we allow others to do that. So, which in effect it means that we've actually done it. You know, that's what they're talking about. So, but it also, the space is about problem solving, and I just feel like at the moment there's some of you that you know, like even though some of you have gone through this other a space and you come out the other end, but there's some of you that are stuck in this place here still, and some of you you're like, for you that have done that bit of a clearing, there's something else that you're moving on to, which is way cool because you're clearing stuff. Okay, then I feel like there's a still with that too that's been sitting there for a while, but it's ready to go, for you to delve into, to like investigate is the word that I'm telling about. But there's also talks about something that you're needing to cut as well, because that's what the spade is about, is like, which goes into these, you know, like these problems and things that are coming in hurdles. It's like you're needing to cut it out of your life by processing it, by cutting it out of your life, by just letting it go. Cutting it out of life and letting go might be just like, you know, just getting rid of it altogether, letting go of people, things, old stuff like furniture and that sort of things. Anything like that kind of, that helps you to process and move through whatever it is that you're going through. Okay. Phew. The spades, the three of spades. I kind of just want to draw another one from that too as well. Okay, this one is the five of spades. Yeah. See, three is about balance again. It's about finding balance. And the five is to do with energy and figuring out, what you're spending your energy on and being in that really good space as well. So I feel like there's obviously an imbalance there with your energy fields and whatever it is that you're processing at the moment and that you're trying to cut out of your life. So there could be, and that's okay. It's just going through that. So for some of you, I feel like you're in this space now. By the end of the week, you'll be like either way past that or at that stage where you figured it out and everything. A lot of things have been like becoming more aware for you. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Because I feel like this is laid out like the past and this is where you're at now in the present. So I've just dropped another card because I've shuffled it there. Oh my gosh, and look at that, a heart. Okay, the Four of Hearts. So will take you, which is four is about security. So I feel like by the end of the week you'll be feeling a little bit more secure in yourself, and your emotions, will be a lot different to how you were feeling, back then. So it's kind of like, it's almost like you've moved into a more a loving space with whatever is going on, because that's like, at the end of the day, it's, when we're working with love, things move a lot quicker. I feel anyway. I know for me, and I know for a lot of my colleagues and clients, when we switch our perception about things and we start bringing and working in the love energy, things move a lot quicker. But not only that, we move a lot quicker, we feel a lot better within ourselves. So it moves quicker in that way as well. Let me see. And I feel like you have a bit more, a lot more knowing about your direction, where you're going to be going. Wow. In life. That's way cool. Okay, so I'm just going to draw one more card. So with that, so this read for Virgo has been a lot different than the other two today. So in the way that I've done them, so that's cool, because everybody is going through a different experience, and we all have different energy. Oh, okay, so this card is flipped over, rest. Okay, so when we're doing a lot of processing, sometimes we can get really, really tired, because we're thinking about stuff, and we're letting go of things. So our emotions can get in the way, and that's okay, because it's all part of it. But our energy can get a bit lower as well. So this is why it's really really important that we look after ourselves while we're doing it, and eating well. Comfort foods are okay to some degree, so just want to check in on that one, or cheek. Yeah, cheek. Yeah, so, okay, they're getting a bit cheeky there with you. So being a bit, okay, cheek. Okay, so I feel like, okay, with that, some of you, something may come up. Okay, going back to the spades, like something might come up again, come up for you. And what they're saying is turn the other cheek. Okay, but whatever comes up, you know, with this processing, is take time out to rest. Because if you feel like you need to have a sleep, if you feel like you need to have an nana nap, then have an nana nap. Okay, there's no shame in that, because at the end of the day, it's all about you. It's about you taking care of you, which goes back to that card that I drew out there, devotion. Okay, I shuffled it so it's not going to be there. Being just devoting time for yourself. Okay. Wow, that's kind of cool. So moving forward, moving upward, you know, it's a high five there. Okay. Anyway, God bless you. I shall be back next week on Monday. So you may see me Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday with your new recording. So like I can't remember if I told you that I'll be doing a monthly read next week. For the end of this month, July, going into August, through to August, because I'm taking some time out. I will, however, be doing, I will be actually still on doing some posts while I'm away, but not so much these weekly reads. Okay, so I'll just do the month one covering for August. Okay, anyway, God bless you all, and like I say, high five to you all, and we'll catch up with you next week. Oh, just like that.